Once again, we are on the ferry from Dawson City across the Yukon River, and we are getting ready to truly start our Alaskan adventure as we go across and we get on top of the World Highway. Supposed to be an absolutely beautiful drive. However, the weather may not be cooperating today. So what I've heard is that there are some absolutely epic views from top of the world, but we can't see them. It is super foggy. The cloud level is really low, and there's even been some stretches where it is very difficult to even see the road. And of course, we have some rain because we're pretty far north. So hopefully it clears up, but right now we just got to suffer through and make the most of this trip on top of the world. We made it to Alaska.
How about it? Yeah. Rain and all.
Almost 4,000 miles of driving so far. It's been quite the adventure. It is horrible weather, but the views, we're making the most of it here on top of the world. I don't know what else to say about that other than we're in Alaska finally, and the journey is just beginning. So hopefully the weather lets up.
Yep. Regardless, we have lots of adventures ahead.
Lots.
Make sure to stay tuned.
All right, we're going to get out of the weather and continue in to Alaska. Well, we've made it to Chicken here in Alaska, top of the world, and Taylor Highway. So much rain. That was just crazy. Unfortunately, it kind of cut down on the views from there, but we are now heading into Alaska. We got more to see today, but we need to stop in Chicken and, well, use the restroom. It's been a long drive, and we haven't had any place to stop because of the rain. So I'm dying to get in and go relieve a few things, and then we'll be back on the road. Well, good morning from Tok, Alaska. It is a typical Alaskan day. It's raining like crazy right now while we're getting things packed up. But we stayed in a pretty cool campsite last night called Alaskan Stoves Camp. They got Alaskan stoves at every site. There's hookups here if you want power. They've got free showers. Oh, that was so nice. They've got laundry. We desperately needed to do laundry, so we got that done. They've got a kitchen area if you want coffee. They've got coffee for free over there. A sink so you can wash your dishes. Really nice. Potable water. This place has pretty much everything that you need for a good stop. It's right on the highway, but it's not a very busy highway, and at night I heard nothing, so it was nice. We met some great people here next door to us. Juliet and Alex from Pennsylvania, originally from Russia. So we sat and dropped down a few bottles of wine last night with them and had a great time. But today we're off again, and the plan was to go on Denali Highway and maybe go into the park and explore some of that. But the weather there is going to be pretty bad. So in the spirit of being flexible, we are going to go to McCarthy instead. And it looks like the weather in Denali is going to be much better on our way out of town. So we'll hit Denali on our way out. But we have got some amazing places that we're going to hit. I cannot wait to show you all of it. It's going to be, I think, pretty epic. So today we're off to McCarthy, and that should be a lot of fun. We're all packed up. We had some great biscuits and gravy, thanks to Katerina pre-making some nice gravy for us to have for breakfast. All we had to do is heat it up, which was really nice as we're trying to get everything packed up and clothes washed and showers and everything. Having a real simple meal was great. But never underestimate how nice it is to stay in a decent campsite sometimes with the amenities, so you can get caught up on things like laundry and stuff, and to meet really cool people. This morning, Lucas got to play with the dog, and they're from Loveland, they're originally from Berthoud, where I live, and they were just in Loveland, and they're heading back there. It's such a small world to be all the way out here and meet people right from your own backyard. It's kind of cool. So we're going to get finished packing up here in the rain and head down to McCarthy. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get out of some of this weather. But if you don't expect weather here in Alaska, well, then you probably shouldn't come to Alaska, because you're probably going to get it. All right, we'll catch you later as we get on the road and enjoy the rest of our journey. Only have signs for things that people have actually done. So, was it you? Huh? Was it you? Well, we are camped for the night here. I believe this river, I'm going to probably butcher this name horribly. I believe it's the Gila River. And behind me, you see this beautiful old railroad trestle. Absolutely gorgeous. I would love to fly that with a drone, but this is a national preserve, which makes it a national park, which means no drone flying. So as much as I would love to give you an amazing shot of that, I can't. And let me kind of turn around here. We've got our vehicles all set up. Rich is over there fixing something amazing. We'll go check on him in a minute. Right behind me, we have the river. So absolutely great. The weather's starting to cool off a little bit tonight. So should be absolutely fantastic. But let's go check in with our master chef and see what he's up to over here. What do we got going tonight, Rich?
We're kind of improvising spaghetti carbonara. Although I have no guanciale and I have no pancetta, so we're using bacon. So
What a bummer.
Any true Italians out there, don't flame me, okay? We're camping. Making food is what we got.
And not just bacon, cinnamon toast crunch bacon, because it's all that we had thought out. So should be rather interesting.
Hopefully it's a little better than interesting, but we'll see.
Well, Rich always manages to pull it off. So I have no doubt dinner is going to be fantastic. And just what a beautiful place this is. I can't imagine, well, I was going to say I can't believe nobody's here. On the other hand, it is Tuesday, right?
I think so.
I think it's Tuesday. We're losing track of time. That's how much fun we're having. I believe it's Tuesday, so midweek, so there's no one here. However, since we've been here, 3 different groups of people have tried to drive in to get this spot, and we were already here. So, tough noogies, I guess, to them. So, we're going to enjoy a nice evening, put a little fire together, help keep some of the bugs down, even though they're not bad at all. So, that's a big plus. And tomorrow, we are probably halfway. You think we're halfway to McCarthy?
Something like that. Yeah, we're about halfway.
So I think we got about 30 miles to go to get into McCarthy. So we'll go visit that tomorrow and then go find a campsite tomorrow afternoon somewhere. And then we'll figure out what's up next. We were going to go to Denali today, but the weather looked really horrible. So we changed our plans, which is a big key about doing a big trip like this, is being flexible. Being able to adapt, check the weather all the time, see what's going on, and be able to just change your plans to fit what you want to see and be able to see it. There would have been no point in going by Denali if the weather was the way it was, because there's just literally nothing to see. But the drive here, absolutely beautiful. And it was actually distracting from driving because it was just so beautiful to see. Wish you could have been here. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And just on that note, it's worth coming out here if you can. And so few people will ever get the opportunity to see everything that we're seeing, see the beauty of this area, and really experience. So, highly recommend finding the time, put it in your schedule. Don't wait till it's too late. Get out and enjoy some life and get up here to Alaska. You're going to love it.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it like we did, get laid off from our jobs.
Well, that's true. So if you have the opportunity to get laid off, that does make a perfect opportunity to do a huge trip.
It does. It does create some space in your life.
So, yeah, may not be the most financially responsible thing for some people, but, well, sometimes you just got to make sacrifices to do what you want to do.
And work it out, right?
Yep.
And trust, in the universe that we're going to land on our feet.
Yeah. And to that end, please sign up for Patreon. So, all right, we will see you guys tomorrow as we head to McCarthy. The Gila Heine Trestle is a historic wooden railway bridge originally built in 1911. It stands 90 feet high and spans 880 feet over the river. It was originally built in only 8 days, and in 1915, it was damaged by fire and was rebuilt in 10 days. It was built to serve the Kennecott Mine, which closed in 1938, rendering the trestle no longer needed. Well, this is not something I ever wanted to add to a video. But let me say, as a content creator, YouTuber, influencer, whatever word you want to use to describe what we do. I'm just an adventurer that films stuff, but I can tell you that beyond any shadow of a doubt, that drama in a video is great for clicks. Getting stuck in the snow, getting stuck in the rain, having a breakage, all of that is good for footage. It makes for some good sticking points. It helps audience retention, all that good stuff. But I'm not happy about making this clip right now. This morning, Rich wakes up, tells me he's not feeling good, and tries to go back to sleep. A couple hours later, he wakes up. He tells me that for the last 4, 5, 6 hours, he has had a severe stabbing pain behind his sternum. Now, this could be any number of things, from indigestion to muscle related to very serious heart or lung conditions. And he took some antacids, he took some Tylenol or whatever, and tried to lay down again. And a little while later, he gets up and he says, I think I need to go to the doctor. Well, let's go. So we very quickly packed up camp, and we are now heading off of McCarthy Road to the nearest medical center, which is probably at least an hour away right now. And, so much for seeing McCarthy today and doing that. But, someone's health and wellness and possibly life is way more important than seeing, something on the trail. So here we are, making as much haste as we can on McCarthy Road to get out of here and get Rich medical attention before it's too late. Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's no big deal. And, he lets out a huge burp and off we go. It's literally that simple, and we could be done. On the other hand, if it's serious, well, then we made the right call and getting him medical attention as quickly as possible. I mean, I'm following him just in case. So if I see him, swerve or do anything inappropriate for driving, I'll call 911 immediately, and maybe we'll have to get Life Flight out here to pick him up. But for the time being, he says he's okay to drive, and so we are driving as quickly as we can to the nearest center. This is definitely not the type of drama that I want to have in my videos. I never want anyone to get sick or hurt or incapacitated or something like the medical emergency. This is not the type of drama that I would ever want to have in a video. But here we are. The reality of being 4,000 miles from home, being self-sufficient, being, by ourselves, we got to deal with problems. And this is a problem that we need to deal with as quickly as possible and make sure that it's not a serious, life-threatening problem. So, there we are. We're doing okay so far. We're 5 minutes away from the town of Glen Allen, where the medical clinic is. Rich has been feeling the pain come and go, so it's not better. And we're going to continue on to the medical center and get him checked out, make sure he's okay to continue, or what. I don't know what where we go from here, but we got to get him checked out, because that is the most important thing, is to make sure that Rich is doing okay. Everything else is going to come second. But we'll get him checked in. We'll get him looked at, and hopefully, I don't know what. Hopefully they tell him he's okay, and he's clear to go. That's the best outcome. Anything besides that is probably going to not be good. So we've got to turn up here in about a half mile, and we will be at the clinic shortly, and we'll see how it goes. Well, we've got Rich checked in here at the Native River Association clinic. They got him right in, and seems like a pretty nice place, pretty well-equipped and well-staffed place. Takes his insurance, so we should be in good shape to get him all checked out. It's 12:45 p.m. right now, so who knows how long this is going to take and stuff, but at least he's being seen by somebody, and we'll see if we can rule out anything serious, and hopefully maybe just give him a shot in the ass of something and we'll get back on the road. But we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, it's just a waiting game, and we'll see how things progress from here. Well, Rich has been in there for just over an hour, and they said it's not a heart attack, so that's good. They're drawing blood. They'll run some tests, and we'll see what's going on, and hopefully we'll know something here pretty soon. But again, it's just a waiting game. But we all wish him the best. What's going on?
Well, so I woke up at 3:30 this morning with really severe acid reflux and heartburn, and it wouldn't go away. And I took some antacid tablets, and that didn't resolve it. So, but it was hurting like right here in the chest, and
Not a good sign.
not a good sign, and nothing you want to take for granted. So
Not when it's not going away.
not
that's
when
for
it's
sure.
not going away. So we made the decision to come to a clinic and get checked out. They checked me out. Everything's negative on the cardiac side, so best we can come up with, it might have been the cinnamon toast bacon from last night.
It happens, right?
So that's the good news. So I'm feeling much better, and I think we're gonna go back to McCarthy.
Yeah, you got some drugs to keep you going, and
Yep.
try and hopefully keep that under control.
Right.
But all is well, and life is going to go on, and we're going to continue our adventure. We'll go. I think we should go back to McCarthy. That's what we were planned on doing.
Yep.
Let's go do it.
Yeah, back to our current program, which is currently in progress.
All right. So next stop, back to McCarthy Road. Good morning. It is Thursday, which means we have been on the road for 14 days. Rich is feeling much better, so that's good. So we'll be back on the road today. We're going to go hit McCarthy today.
Right.
Maybe go see the glacier that's up there, and then head to a campsite along a river. Should be nice. Not a huge day, but 7 hours or so, 8 hours.
Yeah, but the gift is we have got crystal clear blue skies today, and so I think the views are going to be amazing.
I sure hope
And
so.
epic.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just awesome. I'm going to show you a little time lapse that I took last night, give you a sense of how little nighttime there is. It goes by pretty darn quick. It takes a little bit of getting used to going to sleep when it's this light. I got to have the windows open to get some airflow, but then it lets all this light in. So it's a little trade-off, but now that we've been doing it for a while, sleep is coming a little easier.
Yeah,
So.
we've gotten into the rhythm of things, so
But
it's not so bad.
beautiful campsite here. Fortunate to get it 2 nights in a row. I don't know what we would have done if we would have got here and people were here, but
Plan B.
we would have. Well, we didn't have a plan B.
Yeah.
Well, plan B was find something else.
Find something else. Exactly.
But we got a great day in store. Looking forward to it. Finally get up to McCarthy and then start heading towards Anchorage. So should be a good day.
Looking forward to it.
Let's get rolling.
Let's back up and go.
McCarthy Road is a 60-mile long gravel road full of potholes, dips, whoops, and washboards. It is not the smoothest road around for sure. It's not nearly as bad as people have made it out to be in the past, where they used to say you should carry 2 spare tires. Nothing like that at all these days. It is a gateway to the nation's largest national park, the Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve. But first, we're going to go into the town of McCarthy and check it out and see what all is there to see. Now, since McCarthy Road is the track that the old railroad used to be on, it's no surprise to get to McCarthy and see some old railroad remnants, I guess you could say. Some pretty cool stuff here. Now, the town itself is pretty small. It only takes a few minutes to walk from one side to the other. There's a few old stores that don't seem to be in any type of operation anymore. A couple houses to check out with some interesting ornaments. There's a general store, which is pretty cool, that has some absolutely delicious pastries and things in it. And that's where you get your ticket to take the shuttle to Kennecott. And one called the Potato, which we were told is a must stop when you're in town, because the food is supposed to be amazing.
Over there, the sharp pointy is sourdough. That's where our cell tower is.
Okay.
We'll see Donahoe in a little while. Fireweed right there.
The snowy one?
Fireweed, that one. She's
Oh,
the
right
shortest.
there, the short.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Blackburn Mountains there a bit further. I think maybe from Kennecott we can see the tops of them.
Way back in the 19th century, when Alaska was still the Wild West of the North, a couple of prospectors stumbled upon something that would make their eyes bug out. A mountain so rich with copper it practically glowed. We're talking about a mineral deposit so massive it was like the earth was showing off. This wasn't just any copper, it was pure chalcocite, and it was nestled in the Wrangell Mountains, a place as beautiful as it was remote. A word of this unbelievable discovery got out, and pretty soon some seriously big players like the Guggenheim family and J.P. Morgan got in on the action. They formed the Kennecott Copper Corporation, named after the nearby Kennecott Glacier. They misspelled it, but hey, that's between friends. Building a mine in such a far-flung location was no small feat. They had to build an entire town, complete with a hospital, school, and even a tennis court, all perched on a glacier. The town, McCarthy, became the lively hub for all the miners and their families. But the real showstopper was the railroad. To get all that shiny copper out to the world, they had to build the Copper River and Northwestern Railway, a 196-mile-long line of pure engineering genius named the $1 Million Railroad because it cost $1 million a mile to build it. It snaked through treacherous canyons, over raging rivers, and across a glacier, earning its legendary status. For about 30 years, Kennecott was a copper-producing powerhouse, churning out over $200 million worth of the red stuff. The mine was a bustling hive of activity, with miners going deep into the earth and massive ore cars rumbling down the mountain. But all good things must come to an end, and by the late 1930s, the copper started to run out, and the costs of operation became too high. In 1938, the last train left the station, and Kennecott went from boomtown to ghost town almost overnight. The people left, the buildings were abandoned, and the stunning Alaskan wilderness began to reclaim its own. But the story doesn't end there. The ghost town didn't stay that way forever. In the 1980s, the area became part of the Wrangell-St. Elias National Park and Preserve, the largest national park in the United States. Visitors today can wander through the old mill buildings, hike the trails once used by miners, and get a feel for what life was like during the Kennecott's heyday. It's a place where history and nature meet, a fantastic reminder of the incredible stories hidden in Alaska's rugged landscape. And you can still see the railway trestles and old buildings, a testament to the wild spirit and sheer grit of those who dared to chase a dream of a mountain of copper. After heading out of Kennecott and McCarthy, we start heading west towards Anchorage, but we need to find a spot to camp for the night. And we found this trail off the highway that we decided to go to and try and go camp next to a river, but things got a little dicey along the way. What a great day we had today. Went up to McCarthy. What a cool little town. We love the fact that there's just everyone takes their dogs to work, and the people who are traveling take their dogs in there, and they're all just running around free, you know, saying hi to each other. No big worries out there. And now we are, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere somewhere. And we have found a little campsite. We wanted to keep going on here and get to a river, but it got late. It's 9:30.
Yeah, no, it's 5 minutes to 10.
Oh, 5 minutes to 10 p.m. Yeah, and it's super bright out. So damn near 10 o'clock at night. It would have taken us maybe another 90 minutes to get to the river, because getting here, wow, we had to go through some big water crossings. I'll show you more of them tomorrow. And on our way out, we're going to have to go through them. There was one that was, I was all the way up to my bumper. So there are some pretty deep water crossings here. But Kennecott, I think I'm pronouncing that right. The old mine up there, super cool to see. The glacier up there, just amazing. We had such a clear day to see that glacier. It was freaking awesome. And now we're just winding down. Lucas is up in bed. I think Max is up in bed. And it's time for us to get to bed, because tomorrow we head down to the peninsula. The Kenai Peninsula. That's where we're heading tomorrow. It's not a long drive, about 5 hours or so. And I have something I have been waiting for a long time down there. So can't wait to show you what that's all about. And but that's going to be it for this video. And tomorrow we're going to get up, get out of here, and get down to the peninsula. We go through Anchorage. We do some other stuff, and then we go down in the peninsula. Should be a lot of fun. Should be, from what I hear, some epic fishing. We're looking forward to that because right now our score is Rich 0, me 0. So we're not doing too good yet. we got a ways to go on our fishing. So hopefully we're going to be down there and get some fishing in and have some fun. And then later on, we go to Kennecott Glacier and we go to Petersville and we go through Denali Highway. And then there's a big surprise at the end. Hopefully that works out. And we have a lot left to do. We've been out here. We've been on the road for 2 weeks and just having an absolute blast. Weather hasn't always cooperated. Things haven't always cooperated, but we're making it awesome. And that's what I hope anyone who comes out here does, is just make the most of it. You know things are going to go wrong. Things aren't always going to, go your way. The weather's not going to cooperate sometimes, but in the end, wow, this has been worth it. So
you're going to get muddy. Your vehicle's going to get muddy.
You might get a little dirty. Yeah. We didn't think they were going to get any dirtier than they were today, but Rich says I should show you Bagheera over here. And, well, she's kind of trashed. She just covered in mud, and it's only going to get worse tomorrow on our way out because that water is not doing us any favors in knocking the dirt off. So it's just going to be nasty. So hopefully when we get to Anchorage, we'll find a car wash, get him cleaned off. You may wonder, why? Why would you bother to go to a car wash a couple times during a trip like this? Well, because it's so freaking dirty. You can't get in or out of stuff. You can't get into the side panels. Everything you touch is just freaking filthy, and you end up getting mud all over you. So once in a while, we clean them off, hose them down, do the best we can to knock it off so that we don't get covered in dirt, because right now, we're covered in dirt.
Yeah, if your Jeep's covered in dirt, you're going to be covered in dirt.
Yeah, so it kind of goes both ways. You're going to get covered in dirt, if your Jeep's covered in dirt. So that's it from middle of nowhere out here. There's some city nearby. I don't even know what it is, but who knows? But I'll show it to you on a map because I don't know where we're at. But thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed because there is so much more of our Alaskan adventure to continue. And as best as we're trying to do, be safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.